Hi, I'm Nicola Smith from foreverfit.tv. In this video, I'm going to share solutions for a better night's sleep. Now, before I give you all the tips and the tricks, it's important to understand sleep and how the body works. Now, our body responds to light and we work with nature. We rise up with the rise of the sun and we fall asleep with the rise of the moon. No matter what we do, we are in tune with Mother Nature. But the more modern our world gets and the more we use lights and we look at screens, the more it affects our sleep. When our body gets exposed to light, it naturally wakes us up. Now you only need to compare this to say if you woke up to 4 a.m. to an alarm compared to waking up to natural light entering your room. When you wake up to an alarm clock in the middle of the night and it's still black, you feel very groggy until you get into the kitchen and you start to get that light exposure. This is what allows your body to naturally wake up. So knowing this, it's important to work out how we create an environment that's optimal for sleep. If you were to fly over the other side of the world, you would change your sleep patterns in 2 or 3 days because of the rise of the sun and the moon. But what we don't do in our natural environment every day is change our habits and change our light exposure. So you can increase your sleep time and the time that you fall asleep by changing those habits. On average, we need 7 to 9 hours sleep. There is 1% of the population that does well on less, but most of us need 7 to 9 hours with an average of being 8. If you are in particularly tired or lacking in energy, you want to be shooting for more sleep. And the way that you do this is start with incremental changes by 30 minutes. Now often we can't change the time that we wake up due to work commitments, getting kids to school, or even just the rise of the sun coming into your room. But what we can change is our evening routine and all the little things that we put in place to allow ourselves to fall asleep. So knowing that light wakes you up, it's important to make sure that you sleep in a pitch black room. Now this means that you want to have blockout curtains. So these curtains take away all of the light, and I mean black. So if you were to put your hand up in the middle of the night, you couldn't see it. This is really important because this allows you to get into that deep sleep. Now while you may fall asleep when you've got a dimly lit room, you won't get into that deep nourishing sleep. You'll have more of an REM sleep where you'll have dreams and not wake up feeling refreshed. Now in order to allow ourselves to get energy, we want to create that environment to get that deep, nourishing sleep. Now in between the hours of 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. or the first 4 hours of your sleep, your body does all of its physical repair. So this is where it fixes the headache, the niggly knee problems, helps you build muscle, helps you burn body fat. All of those physical processes all happen in those first 4 hours. Then between the hours of 2 a.m. and 6 a.m, your body does all of its psychological repair. So this is where it fixes all the moods and emotions, your memory, your focus, your productivity. So we want to make sure that we're getting those deep sleeps around those hours to allow your body to get that energy and to build your well-being. So just as much as you need to sleep in a dark room, you also need to make sure that you get that light exposure in the middle of the day, because your body responds to the darkness and the lightness, because this helps to regulate our hormonal cycle and helps to get our body in tune with the circadian rhythm. So when we're during our day, we want to make sure that you get out into that natural midday light exposure. So if you work in an office building, you want to make sure that you spend your lunchtime, your morning tea or your afternoon tea by getting at least 15 minutes of natural light into your body, because this is going to allow you to get into that deeper sleep later on when your room's nice and black. Along with the blackness of your room, you want to make sure that it's nice and cool. On average, around 17 degrees or less than 20 degrees is the optimum environment to get that deep sleep. Because when we sleep, our core temperature drops. And so we want to make sure that we're doing what we can to create that ideal sanctuary for your body to be able to get that deep, deep sleep that we all want. And within your bedroom, you also want to make sure that you're eliminating any other potential opportunities for light to come in. So you don't want your phone next to your bed, Your alarm clock, you want to make sure that that is not close to your bed, at least a meter's distance, and try and cover it up so the light's not affecting your sleep. No TVs in your bedroom, and try and make sure that you're turning off any sort of Wi-Fi signal that may be close to where you're sleeping as well. And if you need to go to the toilet in the middle of the night, refrain from turning any lights on, because this is going to make it much harder for you to fall asleep. So get used to where your room is, everything in your room, so that you can walk to the toilet in the dark and get back safely. Now you want to start to think about your evening routine. What are you doing to optimize the production of melatonin to allow your body to wind down so that you can fall asleep nice and easy? So knowing that light affects your body, it's important to understand the two different types of light. Now imagine if you were to walk past a big apartment building and you're walking past it in the middle of the night and you can see everybody watching their TVs and all their electronics are on. Often these apartments will have a blue or a green hue to them. It's this blue and white kind of light that tells your body to wake up. So it's the light that comes from your computer screens, from your devices. Now imagine a campfire, the orange hue glows of a campfire. This doesn't suppress melatonin, and this kind of light is what allows us to unwind. It's this dim kind of light, it's warm hues. So in your lounge or your kitchen living area, you want to make sure it's got the kind of hue like a campfire. The lights are dim, that you may want to use a lamp in the corner, you may want to use just a hallway light. It's the kind of light that allows you to naturally wind down versus having on all the overhead lights and them really bright and white, because that's what's telling your body to stay awake. And then you want to be careful about what you're reading, watching, making sure that you're not exposing your body to too much blue light. If you are on a computer in the evening, try and get off it at least an hour before to bed and try and get into the habit of reading, journaling, having a bath or shower so that you're getting rid of that light and allowing your body to naturally wind down. Melatonin is produced in your digestive system. Now if we're eating a meal that's really complex, full of sugars, lots of things to digest, it's going to take a lot longer for your body to produce that melatonin and to allow you to wind down. So when we have our evening meal, we want to make sure it's nice and simple and light. It's not the biggest meal of your day, and try and have it 3 hours before you go to bed, because this allows all the digesting to happen, it allows the melatonin to rise, and it's going to allow you to fall asleep much better. Then after you've had your dinner, you might like to have something like a herbal tea. Chamomile tea is beautiful and powerful in helping you to wind down. Anything without caffeine is going to be great. And if you have somebody who likes to eat something sweet after dinner, try and get into the habit of having peppermint tea, because this can help suppress those sorts of cravings as well. Then as you get closer to bedtime, think about doing reading, or you might like to listen to some audio. This is where you can really start to remove all the electronics and set up that perfect sanctuary for your body to unwind. Remember, it's your habits and the environment that you place yourself in that tells your body to wake up, because your body responds to light, it responds to stimulus. So if you're on the phone, answering emails, got your computer right here and you're telling your body to wake up, and then you're watching something really scary or intense on the news, you're going to find it really hard to fall asleep. So creating the ideal evening routine to allow yourself to get that deep 7 to 9 hours sleep means you're going to wake up much more refreshed, feeling more energized, and you're going to have a much better day up ahead. So if you're having trouble falling asleep, try some of these solutions and start to think about the habits that you have in the evening and see if you can just change one of them. Not all of them will work for everybody, and sometimes it's just one simple change, and it could be that you have dinner sooner, it could be that you have a bath in the evenings, or it could be that you change the curtains. Try them all if you're having problems falling asleep, or try one at a time and see if it has an impact. Hey, I hope you found this video useful. Do let me know, comment below, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I'd love to hear from you, and I'll see you soon for the next video.